Hello, everyone. This is Kerwin, and welcome to another episode of Travel Talk. And today, I'm going to be talking about personal hygiene when you travel. Let's go. So, one of the things when I travel, and sometimes you can't help but notice, is body odor. I know it's not something that people talk about a lot, but our nose can't help it. We smell things, that's what happens. I've been on many flights where um I just it's just been awful. I remember being on a flight and I had a middle seat and this guy was sitting next to me and he had such a real bad body odor. Like, and I flight was full, I couldn't move. And so what would happen is that I would sit forward to kind of avoid it a little bit, and then he would move forward. And then I would move backwards, and then he would move backwards. And it's like, oh God, what am I gonna do? And nothing you can do but just suck it up. And this was way before people were wearing masks on planes and things like that. Although the 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 mask doesn't really stop you from smelling the bad smell. I guess it just diffuses it somehow, although maybe not. Um, but by the way, if you're wondering the background that I have today, it's from Ephesus, which is in Turkey. It's called the library, and it's from the ancient empire that was built down there. Um, but you have to remember that you're going to be stuck in a tube, or you're going to be sitting next to someone, and you're in an airport, you're in a restaurant in the airport, in the airport buses, and things like that, and you're going to be in close proximity to people. So it makes sense that you should at least be presentable. And you can wear whatever you want because you can't tell people what to wear, right? However, though, you're going to be in public, so you need to be presentable. Now, one thing that people will tend to do is that they will wear no sleeves. And no sleeves, if you're going to sit next to somebody, more than likely, you're going to be touching them because the seats are very narrow. And if you have big shoulders like I do, you're probably going to be encroaching in the next person's space. So when you wear stuff that are sleeveless, consider that you might be touching someone because you may fall asleep, right? And if you fall asleep, you're probably leaning on someone. And so there's a skin to skin contact there. At least if you have some type of clothing over your shoulders, you don't have to like touch your skin is not touching the next person. So try to bear things like that in mind. Um, it's the other thing too is that people will tend to wear a lot of perfume and be conscious be conscious that um, people might be susceptible to the perfume that you're wearing. If it's too strong, someone sitting next to you might not be able to withstand that odor, which albeit pleasant to you, might not work for somebody else. If you need to use a deodorant because that will kill some of the smell. Because as we go through, some people are traveling for a very long time. And I know we're from different cultures and all that kind of stuff, so bear that in mind too. What I try to do is if I'm gonna do like overnight flights and things like that, simple things like if you get up an overnight flight and you have enough time, or when you get back on the next flight, or before you land, brush your teeth. If you were sleeping on the flight or something like that, just go brush your teeth. It helps. Or rinse your mouth out. You can use although the water in the airplane is called potable water. That means you can drink it. Maybe just ask the flight attendant for some a cup of water or something like that, and just wash your mouth out. Just little things like that will help. We're human, just what happened whenever we go to sleep. Bacteria forms in our mouth, and so we have an odor when we get up. And all you have to do is just rinse it, and it goes. Um, just if you, some people, it looks like they just got out of their bed and got onto the plane. You should, I don't know, just take a shower. Just do something so that you're presentable. I know I've said presentable so many times. The other thing too is that people like to do their nails on airplane. Please don't. That smell has nowhere else to go but in the cabin. And no matter where you are in the cabin, you will smell that when somebody opens that. And I've been on flights before where a person next to me is doing it. And I don't want to get in quote unquote an argument with them. And so whenever the flight attendant is passing by, just kind of, give them a look and kind of tell them to look over to the side. And then they get the message, and then they're like, "Ma'am, you can't do that. Yeah, you can't do your nails on the plane." And they're like, "Oh, I can't?" I'm like, "No, you can't. You're in a closed airplane. Why do you think it's a good time to do your nails? Because you're bored? No." The other thing, the other thing is that people tend to people will wear a lot of slippers and or flip-flops when they travel. Your feet sweats, and when your feet sweats, there is an odor. And so this may contribute to it. While you're comfortable, you don't want to have smelly feet on the airplane. People take their shoes off, and then when they take their shoes off, you get the odor from their smelly feet, because some people do have smelly feet. And so just little things like that that you think, this is not your bed, this is not your home, it's a public transportation. And as such, just remember that there are other people around you that are also on this public transit. Um, the other thing I'm thinking is some airlines do have a shower, like Emirates. So if you're on Emirates or Etihad also has a shower in what they call the residence. I don't know if they still have the residence, but there you can take a shower on the airplane. So it's not unheard of. I do have another video where I talk about airport lounges, because in airport lounge, I was telling you that you can get a shower. When I did my 5 days, six airline video, I made sure that whenever I got to the airports where the showers were, I took a shower, because one of the flights I had was an overnight flight, and I'd spent the night in the airport. And so the first thing the next morning, as soon as the showers are available, I went and I had a shower before my flight, and breakfast as well. So there are ways around, if you don't have access to an airport shower, I guess airport club, some of the airports do offer showers, so you can get a shower in these airports. Some of the airlines, what they do, they have, if you're in business class and you arrive, you can get an arrival shower at some of the lounges. So there are things that you can do. And if you know that you have body odor, there are things you can buy that I guess they're like, I don't know if it's called dry wipes, but there's some wipes that you can get now. And you just wipe your arms or your neck, or if you're sweaty, wipe your face and just kind of look a little fresh. Just so when you're sitting next to the person next to you, they don't turn around and you have like really awful breath because you just got up and you haven't had a chance to brush your teeth yet. If you're on a flight and you're sleeping next to someone, just make sure you have a little water. And when you wake up, just take some water, give a swig in your mouth. You have to swallow it, because otherwise what are you going to do with it, right? Just give your mouth a swig, and then you should be good to go. So if you have any other tips about, personal hygiene when you fly and just being presentable for the next passenger, leave a note and let me know below. Again, this is Kerwin with Travel Talk for fastrider.com and cruisingaltitude.com. Have a great trip.